Welcome, folks. We got two teams that Steve-O here couldn't care less about. Two jokesters, two frauds. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. I love these teams, the Chargers and the Broncos, folks. The important AFC West games are starting to not include the Kansas City Chiefs. Some of that is a relief. Some of that is painful. But we'll be back. Don't you fret. Don't you fret. Tune in Sunday night as we try to avoid 0-3 for the first time in forever. Anywho, Chargers, man, Chargers. They have an interesting schedule. Weeks 1 through 3, AFC West rivals. They obviously opened in Brazil with a great victory over the Kansas City Chiefs. As much as I will talk about my guys not playing well, blah, 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 there's nothing I could say to take any level of credit away from how the Chargers and most notably Justin Herbert played that night. Next week, I didn't see this game because I was at a Hans Zimmer show, which was fire. But it looks like a chokehold kind of game. Looks like the Raiders offense couldn't get out their own way. Geno threw a few turnovers, if I'm not mistaken. Chargers were able to hold up against the run game. The Raiders don't have a great O-line. They win that game, I think, 20-9. So the Chargers are just knocking out AFC West opponents. They have an opportunity to put a extreme chokehold on that division as they have the chance to beat the Broncos here in week 3. Broncos are an interesting team, man. They were my off-season darling. Coach X will tell you that. I was like, oh, it's the Broncos. I think we were both in agreement. But obviously Coach X will share that. Feels like a huge game for each team, but I think Denver is in a little bit more of a gotta have it position. You can't start off the season with two AFC losses, and obviously the loss to the Chargers means the Chargers have a 3-0 record and a 3-0 record in the division, not just the conference. So, you know, it'll come down to the wire at the end of the season. We look at the standings and we go division and we go conference for certain playoff seeding situations. Um, the question is, what happens first? Do the Chargers establish their run game? The Broncos just got ran over by the Colts last week. Or do the Broncos eliminate their turnover problem? I think Knicks has turned over maybe 4 or 5 times, something like that. Doesn't matter what happens first. I have a hard time picking against the Chargers. I know Coach X has Lamar Jackson as, well, I don't think he decided it. I guess Lamar Jackson is the MVP favorite. I would assume if the Chargers trend continues that Justin Herbert will also be in that MVP conversation. I have a hard time picking against them right now. They're just playing better football. They seem to have that identity, which is something we talk about a lot on the show. They know how they want to win games, and they're getting it done. I'm going to go Chargers. It's a divisional game. It'll be close. Um, Close could be 6. Close could be 2. I don't love betting, so don't take our word for it. But I got Chargers close as Herbert continues his what will be, in my opinion, potential MVP campaign. Coach X, how do you see that AFC West battle?
Yeah, man. While I feel like the Broncos could win, surprisingly, it's kind of good to see J.K. Dobbins have some success, as a former Charger, and just going through all the injuries he's gone through. But he has looked better. Having him in a limited capacity, he has 139 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns on only 30 attempts. He's almost averaging 5 yards per, which is awesome. And then the Broncos are actually 10th in the league in rushing. So it's good to see a strong run game. Because when you have elite quarter, I guess he's an elite quarterback. He's close. He's on the outside looking in. When you have good quarterbacks, you want to get the ball out of their hands because Justin Herbert has been playing extremely well. And as you know, I have not given that man many flowers because I haven't seen it because he didn't do enough winning in my book in pivotal moments. But I think with a strong run game, having good offensive balance, I think that'll be pretty important. And then also Bo Nix, like you alluded to, he has turned the ball over a little bit too much for my liking, which is so risky. But they are 10th in the NFL in rushing, but they're 27th in passing. Bo Nix is completing, just over 50% of his passes, roughly 50 to 60% of his passes for touchdowns, but the turnovers are very, very risky. But going to the other side, while I feel like the Chargers, they have an elite passing attack. They have a second tier passing attack in my eyes. Until I see more from Justin Herbert, he will not get in that top tier yet. Because Baltimore West is doing a very, very good job of throwing the ball and running the ball. And that's led by Justin Herbert with some defensive strength. And the Charger defense is ranked seventh in the league, which is very impressive. Given Greg Roman's style, holistically has been to control the ball, control the clock, limit the other team's possession and time of possession. I think that kind of bodes well for the Chargers. On top of that, the quarterback play. Again, I have not been a big Justin Herbert fan, as you have known over the years. We go back and forth with this all the time, but his passer rating is currently second in the league, only to the true Baltimore, and not Baltimore West. So he's doing a good job at 127.8, which is a stark contrast to Bo Nix, who is struggling, three interceptions, and has a crazy passer rating of 82. I also have to give this to the Charger with the home field advantage. Being at home and so far, I think they have been very successful over the years, and I think that could bode well. To you, 2.0, just like you said, I'm going to give this to the Chargers. And until they prove me wrong, I'm going to lean towards them winning this thing. And I think it will be a combination of great defense, getting some turnovers, and Justin Herbert to continue play at a second tier level as a very good quarterback with the Baltimore West Chargers.
Your ability to just, separate, your guys, the rest of the league, just be objective is just, it's why our viewers tune in. I know it. Um, we agree. Chargers close. Chargers took both of these games, excuse me, last season. So the Broncos, have a lot to look up to. Oddly enough, we both love the Broncos in the offseason. We'll see. This is a big opportunity for them. They can, turn a lot of things around with a victory here, but we both see Chargers continuing their trend. They seem to be quite legit. As Coach X alluded to, their upper tier, almost top tier. Justin Herbert at
Yeah.
quarterback, and of course, hardball, Baltimore West. That's hilarious. We appreciate y'all tuning in. I hope this game ends in a 2-2 tie. Couldn't care less. I think we'll take a nap and check out of this one. But two great teams in the AFC that our teams are likely to see. My teams for sure. Ravens likely to see one of these guys in the playoffs. Anyway, we appreciate y'all. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy this weekend. We'll be back next week with backed up or coming out and some more predictions and maybe something else. We're learning as we're going, folks. We appreciate you tuning in.